Alright, so today we're starting off application day. So we're going to tape it off, scuff it, and then once we get it scuffed, we're going to go ahead, wipe it down with acetone, and then start painting. So go ahead, get into it, do some time lapse, just so you guys don't have to get into all that. I'll explain through the time lapse, do a voiceover, and then get more into it. So enjoy. Alright, so just got off the phone with Scott Hogan with Wetlander, and you really don't want to keep the paint on your boat. You just want to strip it off however you want to do that, mechanical, by hand, with a chemical, or mechanical like with a sander. The whole point is to get all the paint off of it. So I'm going to go ahead, try acetone and a rag and see if I can easily and quickly remove this paint off of here. You don't want to use the regular paint that's on here. It is coming off fairly easily, and he says it's just a better thing to do to go ahead and strip the paint off, especially if it's coming off that easy with acetone. Get it off and then put the Wetlander actually on the bare aluminum, and that's what you want. So that's the next game plan. We're not going to keep this paint, we're going to take it off and put the Wetlander on. Alright, let's see how well this works. Alright, so I need to remove the paint from the John boat, and I need to get rid of all of it down to bare metal. So I guess we're going to also do a product review, because I went out and got this. Got some 80 grit and 120. Sander. So give that a try. Not much else in here. Came with a packet and some extra stuff, so not really a full-blown product review, but you'll see how it works. So I may play with the speed more, probably go to speed 4, and 120 grit seems to be doing pretty good, so I'll just keep using that, and you'll just see the time lapse. So. So yesterday was sanding day. It took all day from 10 till about 6 at night. That was with like an hour and a half lunch break. I just wanted to get the majority of the major paint off. Now this morning I'll probably do about 30 minutes of sanding just to do more of the fine work to get a lot of the smaller areas of paint off, the more detailed areas. So it'll probably take an hour, but you don't want to sand it so rough because this aluminum is already so thin. So I just got a lot of the major paint off. I'm not going to get all the paint off, but I am going to get a few more of the more heavier areas where it's a very dark green and not a light green. So I'm going to go ahead, sand the rest of this, then we're going to go ahead, wipe it down, and we'll start mixing the primers and stuff, and that's when I'll get back on the main camera. But for now, we'll do the time lapse, finish getting this to where I want it, and then we'll start wiping it down, then use the big camera and get back onto it. So back to this and time lapse. Alright, so went ahead and wiped it down with acetone first, and then wiped it down with lacquer thinner, just because the lacquer thinner is a little bit lighter and not as harsh, and it doesn't melt the paint as bad. So went ahead and wiped it down with the lacquer thinner. Now everything is clean. You can wipe a rag on it, you don't get any residue on it. So we're good to paint. Now we're going to start getting everything prepped, and you'll see that right now.